Hello, Leo. Elsie here to do your reading. I hope you're well, Leo. Thank you so much for clicking here. I've got some oracles that we're going to look at first. It's going to give us the overall feel for whenever you get this. So you could get this today, tomorrow, next year, and it could resonate today, or maybe it won't resonate for a while. It is a general reading. It's not meant to resonate with everybody. It can't really, and because we're not all at the same place at the same time, right? So Leo, I'm here to do this reading for you, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Thanks for showing up here. And if you keep showing up here, or you have showed up here all year, thank you so much for doing that. You're my ride or die, Leo. I appreciate you. And if you're brand new and you just showed up here, maybe I just keep coming through your feed and all up in your business anyway. You might as well just subscribe, Leo. I know that you love a challenge. All right, so at the end of this, I'm going to tell you all about finding how to find the extended, also how to find private reads, which are actually going on sale. And so I will tell you that at the end of this reading. Tell me about Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Leo. We've got motivational phrases. I feel like you're trying to keep your chin up here, Leo. Motivational phrases is never give up. Maybe you're on the verge of giving up on something here. Your reading is asking you to not give up. You might be trying to give reciprocal energy to someone, or maybe someone is trying to get back into your life, but I feel like you're not supposed to give up quite yet. Don't give up on them quite yet, I'm going to say. We have prosperity begins because a better cycle is coming. Somebody here is just about to give up on something. A better cycle is coming. Prosperity begins is the Ace of Pentacles. Something is about to solidify. A foundation, something that's firmer, something that's in the 3D that you're going to be able to touch, taste, smell. Something is coming here that is tangible. A tangible change. It could be money, could be abundance. So look, bottom of the deck. Look at that. We've got material harvest. So something here is about to change, possibly financially for you. Doesn't have to be financial. If it's in the 3D, it could be energy, time, effort that someone puts in for you. Material harvest could be materials, but they also could be groceries. I'm just saying you could win a grocery lottery. It doesn't have to be money. Tell me about prosperity begins. We have delight. So look, there's something really good coming here. It does feel relaxing. It feels like sort of laying down in the grass is what it feels like. Maybe some of you don't like to lay down in the grass, but it feels like it's lush and feels good, delightful. Prosperity begins. Something is growing. Look, we have grass, we have a bird, we have birds in the sky, we have something that's been growing. That, it takes, there's a walnut there, right? How long does it take for a tree to go from a walnut? I don't even know, but I feel like there's something here that you've been waiting for a while. And so I'm going to ask you just not to give up. I don't know what it is, but you're about to get some freedom here, friend. Let's look at the bottom of the deck. Bottom of the deck is future energy. What is going on in the future here is we've got the moon energy. So something here is making you emotional. And I think you're being asked to surrender that. It looks like, I feel like somebody is going through something that feels insurmountable. I'm never going to get over that mountain, Elsie. It says here, mountains, obstacles. I'm never going to get over that mountain. But as we get closer, we see that this road curves and takes you around the mountain. You don't have to climb the mountain. I'm going to say, surrender the emotions that you have about it, about whatever this obstacle is, because we have a couple of fives. We have 2 and 3 is 5, and we have another 5 here. 5, more than one 5 in a reading for me is change. It's quick change. Something is about to have a quick change. This is transformation. It's metamorphosis, in fact. So it's like breaking something down, and it doesn't, when it's built back up again, it doesn't ever look like it used to, because this is about a butterfly, right? A butterfly, if we weren't told was a caterpillar before, we wouldn't know, because it's completely and totally different. It comes out with, looking beautiful and is admired. Something's coming into balance. We've got 2s here. Oh, we've got 22. Just going to say, got 22, got 23, we've got 24. So I feel like you're you are ascending, I'm going to say. That you're ascending to a higher level of something. It could be material harvest here. It could be material wealth, but this person's looking at having enough, right? So it could be like all of a sudden you feel like you have enough, or somebody helps you and you have enough. Material wealth, but this person's looking at groceries. They're looking at money, but it's also water. It looks like groceries here, a bag of rice possibly. So it feels like something is coming here that is going to make you feel like you have enough, whether it's time, effort, energy, money, food, whatever it is. We do have freedom here. So you're going to feel free. You're going to be breaking away from the pack. What I mean about that is all of these other birds are following suit. And I think that you're doing a breakaway because you're going to be having some material harvest here. And so everyone here is going to be spinning their wheels where you're making the breakaway from the pack who keeps spinning their wheels. Let's look at some tarot. Let's look at tarot for you, Leo. Tell me about Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Leo. Tell me about Leo. Okay. I think you're supposed to lean on the things you've already learned. You have all the knowledge, or at least the beginnings of it. You have I'm seeing scaffolding against a building. You have the know-how. You know how to build it, I want to say, with the Page of Swords being here, because the Page of Swords is a student, and they learn through observation. So I feel like this never give up energy, this motivational phrase, maybe you're supposed to view or observe motivational phrases, or other people who have succeeded in doing what it is that you're trying to do. There's something to be said for learning patterns, right? What I mean by that is if you're building a business and someone out there has already built this particular scaffolding, I would say, this particular type of business you want to build, maybe it's e-commerce, then why invent the wheel? Why not just go and see what's working for them and use that as your skeleton? I'm not saying copy them, but use it. Use the structure so you can grow a good, strong structure. It feels like there's something here that you need more information on. You got to dig a little deeper. It feels like here. Tell me about prosperity begins. Oh boy, that escalated quickly. That's what it looks like. That escalated quickly. This is the Ace of Pentacles. Prosperity begins and goes to the Ten of Pentacles pretty quick. I feel like really all you need is your structure, Leo. It feels like you need to stop thinking that you know it all. You need more information. I'm not saying that you're acting like a know-it-all, by the way. You need more information. You got to dig a little deeper. I feel like you need to find a pattern that works, and you need to duplicate the pattern. It doesn't mean that you will be duplicating the business. It doesn't mean you'll be copying somebody. It means you take the bones of what's working for someone else and you liken it to whatever you're doing, and then you use that as your base or your structure. And when you do, it begins to build really quickly. You're building generational wealth here, or you're building a long-term something or other. This could be long-term health. This could be long-term money. This could be a long-term relationship. Something here you're being asked not to give up on because it has worth. And you're just at the beginning of something here. You're at the Ace. You're at the Page. You're at the beginning of something here, looking way up and saying, that I'm never going to be able to build that building. But you don't know. You don't know what you don't know. So I feel like something here is going to escalate quickly and is going to make you very happy. It's going to be lush. It's going to, I'm looking that there's flowers here, different types of flowers. There's birds in the sky. The sky is blue. It feels like there is going to be something here that's going to be an absolute delight. And it's coming up in the future. Let's look at the Page of Swords. It feels like you see the way you're side-eyeing this Ten of Pentacles here? You're like, well, if I take the bones, the structure, and I put my own stuff into the structure, it feels like somebody here is like, can I make it work going into the future? Let's talk about the Page of Swords. I feel like you just need more information for whatever it is that you're building a legacy of. Whatever you're building is going to take off. This could be you putting in a resume or a CV, and this could be getting the job that paid more than you thought it did. Look, maybe you put in for an entry-level position and they're like, no, you're overqualified for that, sorry. But we'd like you to come in for the mid-level position. So it feels like that. Tell me more about the Page of Swords. We've got the Hermit energy. Yeah, feels like you need to go underground a little bit here. You need to go inward. Maybe the answer is within the self. Maybe it's not something that you're digging up in terms of paperwork or information or going to the library. It feels like you already have this information. It's innate. You came to this life with it. It's the unfolding of who you are. It feels like you just need to find it, find your light, and you'll be able to move forward. It feels like the answers you need are within, the information you're looking for. The Ten of Swords is here. And we have the Five of Pentacles. I feel like the Ten of Swords and the Five of Pentacles is how you're feeling at this time. And that's why this card ended up being here, Never Give Up. I feel like you're being motivated by the universe to never give up. But I feel like you feel that you're on the outside looking in. I feel like you've gone through a lot, Leo. I'm just going to say, it feels like everything you start falls, or it doesn't work, or something is breaking down. Like the Ten of Swords is here because of betrayal or lies, or maybe it's a lot of overthinking. But it feels like it makes you feel in lack, like you don't have enough, or maybe you don't have enough, literally. The Five of Pentacles could be a financial hardship that you're bearing right now. I feel like the answers are within. If you dig a little deeper, you will find them, but I'm asking you not to give up, my friend, because I feel like you're on the precipice of something that is about to change here. Otherwise, prosperity begins. The Ace of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles wouldn't be here together. I'm going to say that I feel like there is something you're missing. There's a detail you're missing somewhere. I could be talking about you reconciling your bank things, right? Looking at your bank account. Or maybe there's a payment. Maybe the bank took one payment that was one too many. Maybe they double billed you in a month. It feels like something that you're missing. I'm looking at this and that being Virgo energy. It feels like you're being asked to look within, or being asked to look over the details a little more. Something here is maybe possibly a mistake that will be corrected in your favor. We've got the World card. We've got the Empress. That's a lot of abundance, friends. We've got the Five of Swords. So I think that's something that caused anguish or anger, or you to be stuck in your head about something, I feel turns out in a very abundant way. It feels like there's something here that will be considered a milestone. The World could be the end of the year. Look, maybe you don't figure it out until the new year. I'm just saying the World card is here. It could be the end of the year. But you're about to wrap up a chapter of feeling like you don't have enough, feeling like things are falling in on you, I'll say, with the Ten of Swords, that you can't stop whatever is already happening. I feel like it's the Five of Swords you're dealing with right now. You're dealing with doubt. You're dealing with the arguments inside the head, the negative reel that goes on and on. I really do feel like that maybe you are in the Empress energy, but maybe you don't see it. Maybe you don't feel your worth. Maybe you have all the wisdom, but you don't feel your worth. The World card tells me that is about to come to a close. It feels like there is to be a milestone or an achievement here, and it feels like it escalates quickly. So look, it could look like somebody who's been trying to do all the right things to get to the Empress energy, to raise the vibration, to get my stability, to be the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles. I'm trying to do all of those things, and then one day you're like, oh, okay, well, I just made a decision that was cohesive with the Queen of Pentacles about my finances. I just made a decision that was really hard, Queen of Swords, and I spoke my mind and liberated myself from something that was going on that I didn't agree with. It feels like all of a sudden one day you just notice it. It's like it escalates quickly. So it could be money that we're talking about, but understand it's time, effort, energy, money, anything that goes on in the 3D here. There's something that is delightful coming up in the future here. It might be this realization that you are already in this Emperor energy, and possibly you have like this negative reel going on in your head that you can't stop, and so you didn't really notice that you were in this Empress energy. We've got the Moon energy, yeah. We got the Moon energy, the Three of Pentacles, and the Six of Wands. I just want to say that I feel like whoever I'm talking to is a fighter. And look, I'm just going to be honest. I've never met a Leo that wasn't. And I don't mean a physical fighter. I mean somebody who is against all odds. That who hasn't been forged through fire. I don't think that I know, and I know quite a few Leos, because I'm a Sag rising and I attract Leos. I don't know a Leo who has not had a hardship in their life, like a major hardship. And I feel like this energy is telling me in the future, there's something that you don't see. And what you don't see is that you've been slowly building some sort of a foundation and getting things in order. But I feel like you're not giving yourself enough credit. I feel like you don't see it because you're not used to seeing your worth. And I feel like there is a solid foundation that you've already built. And when you do notice it, when you come out of the moon energy, because the moon is lying to you, it's illusion, right? Things are not as they seem. I think that in the near future, possibly in the next 3 weeks, because we've got wands, or maybe the next 9 weeks, we've got the 6 of wands here, that you are going to notice where you came from and what you have. You're no longer going to feel in lack or like things are falling in on you. You're going to start noticing that you've actually closed a chapter here and things are starting to build, whether that is money, time, effort, energy, your abundance, or how you see your worth. I feel like you're coming out of the moon energy and into this material harvest stage. It's a freedom. It really is. I feel like you're a fighter. I'm just going to say this is a Leo energy, right? I feel like you're a fighter. We've got the Colosseum here. And the reason the Colosseum is on the 6 of Wands, because the 6 of Wands is victory. But understand that there was a lot of fighting to the death that went on in the Colosseum in Rome, right? And so I feel like there have been times where you had to literally fight to the death. Maybe not literally, but fight to the death to get what you want. So I feel like you've come out of some dark night of the soul phase of your life. And so I feel like things are about to get a lot better for you. I'm going to say that's what this whole thing says. Look, it escalates quickly. And I feel like it's like one day you wake up and you're like, oh, okay, well, that finally resolved itself. It might be a change of mind because the 5 of Swords is here, right? Sort of clouding all of the good things that are going on. Maybe you just don't trust it. Maybe your mind's playing tricks on you. We all have the negative reel that can take over sometimes. Leo, I'm going to go put down 3 cards. We're going to go into the extended. If you want to be there, please look at the top of the comments. There is one pinned comment. If you open up that comment, click on more, a bunch of stuff will fall out. One of those things will be you can go to the membership area where you can get at least 4 extendeds in a month if you're interested in that. If you're not, you can purchase this outright if you'd like to just look at this one extended. Also, I do have a sale on. So I have just put a sale on that began today. We'll go till the midnight on the 31st, and it is 10% off all of my pre-recorded readings. My pre-recorded readings, if you take the link to Hypsee, you can look at all my pricing, and you will need the code there. That is, I think it's Happy Solstice 25. Just want to say happy holidays, happy Christmas, happy Hanukkah, happy solstice, whatever it is that you are celebrating at this time of year. Let's put down 3 cards. We'll find out what the outcome is, or what this could end up being what your advice is going forward. What happens next is, transformation. I'm telling you, I do feel like something big is coming for you, Leo, here. That something here is about to change. The old way is ending and it's being replaced with something new. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a physical thing. It feels like it's a realization. It feels like you see something differently. The 7 of Wands is here. It's because you're now standing up for yourself and saying, no, I'm not going to sit down. I'm going to get the 10 of Pentacles. We've got the breakthrough. There we go. It's because you've gotten the breakthrough. You know, it matches this, never give up. You finally got the breakthrough here. And so the sun is here. It's a happy time. Things are growing. You can see everything. You can see all the details. I feel like it even overshadows this 5 of Swords here. There's something here that you're about to see, the World card and the sun here. It feels like there is an awakening. You realize something. Something is coming, your energy here. Something is coming to the forefront. There's a realization and a breakthrough here. Got the bottom of the deck. I'm telling you, something's going on with you financially or in your material wealth, possibly. Material harvest. Queen of Pentacles is here. Something is evening itself out. And we're going to go into the extended and talk about that. So if you want to be there, you know what to do. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back because I'm always back. Thank you, Leo, for coming here and watching. I do appreciate you. See you there. Bye-bye.